Hi, I'm Vanessa and this is our fabulous nutritionist Kirsten. She's going to help us today to cover the interesting topic of plant-based diets. I don't know if you're like me, but I go into the supermarket and I see a lot more options in the fresh food aisle and in the health food aisle that are plant-focused, so we thought it would be a fantastic topic to cover. We want to know a little bit about what a plant-based diet is and also what is a stress-free way to incorporate it into our life. So what is plant-based nutrition?
So plant-based patterns focus on foods primarily from plants. So not just fruits and vegetables, but nuts and seeds, legumes, healthy fats from plant sources. And it doesn't mean that you have to become vegetarian or be vegan and never eat meat and dairy. It's just about rather selecting more of your diet from plant-based sources.
And what are the reasons that we would try this plant-based way of eating?
So generally speaking, most people adopt a plant-based diet because of the associated health benefits, but also the positive impact that it has on our environment. So health benefits and environmental reasons.
Okay, and then how does it differ from being vegan? You said that we don't have to go all the way, so what's the differences?
So a plant-based diet can look very different to many different people. So there are those people who adopt a Mediterranean style of plant-based eating. Then there's those that adopt a flexitarian approach, which is where they will sometimes include animal products, dairy products, eggs and fish. Then we've got pescatarians. So pescatarians, again, will include the plant-based foods, but they will eat fish as well as eggs and dairy. But then we have vegetarians who won't include fish, but they will eat eggs and dairy. So that's the different types of plant-based approaches. On the other hand is those people who adopt a vegan approach. And a vegan approach is where those people are very concerned for animal welfare as well as the health benefits of a plant-based diet and the positive impact on the environment. So not only will they exclude animal products from their diet, but they won't purchase any products that have come from animals. That includes their makeup and their body products, their household items too. So it's about animal welfare for vegans.
Okay, well, it sounds like there's a few different ways that we can incorporate a plant-based diet, but I think it can be quite daunting, especially if you have children that can be a little bit on the fussy side. So let's talk about some practical ways that we can actually get started on this.
That's right. So it can be daunting, but I think you just need to keep it simple. And firstly, you should just eat lots more vegetables and fruits. Just include them in your diet at every single meal. So whether it's at breakfast, lunch, dinner, making sure that half your plate is full of leafy greens or chopped up vegetables, whatever it is, just be constantly thinking, how can I inject more vegetables into my diet? Eating them as snacks as well. Grab a piece of fruit, chopped up veggies. I think the next thing to probably think about is just change the way you think about meat. So rather than having meat the focal point of the meal, it could be viewed more of a side or a garnish to a dish. I think just on from that, building your meals around salad. So salad is your base, add in more vegetables, and then you can throw in legumes and nuts to make a more plant-based option there. And good fats, just throwing in good fats. We've talked before about avocado, extra virgin olive oil, again, nuts and seeds. So yeah, there's just a couple of ways to get started.
Yeah, well, I know how I got started with my family is to take a bit more of a slow approach. So perhaps you could just focus on one meal a week that is a plant-based vegetarian meal, or perhaps even one day a week. You could do a meat-free Monday where you focus your meals more around your legumes and your grains and your vegetables. Does that sound good?
Yes, so you can make it fun for the kids. Try a new green vegetable each day of the week. Get them involved, help them choose which vegetables they're going to pick for that week. And just snack on fruit. I mentioned it earlier, but it's just a really great way to increase those plant foods into your diet. Snacking on fruits and vegetables is the way to go.
Fantastic. Well, can we talk now a little bit more about some practical ways to get started? Because I know we have a few options here of some things we can change up into our normal routine.
Yeah, so as you mentioned, it's best to go slow. So picking that one meal a week or a day is a great way to get started. And some of the ideas I have here today is salads. So we all love salad, and it's really great to have protein in your salads. Chicken salad is a favourite. So rather than having the chicken, you could swap it out for chickpeas. So they're a great source of protein and fibre and plant-based. The other option that I have here is hamburgers. So if we're going to do burgers, which is very common, it's a common favourite in families, swap out the burger patty. And today, as we know, there's plenty of options in the supermarket now for these plant-based burgers.
Yeah.
So there's plant-based burgers, or make your own. Grab some black beans, lentils, chickpeas, any of those legumes, and create your own burgers, which would be a great option.
Yeah, and easy for a family barbecue. I mean, these ones are yummy. They've got some beetroot, black bean, buckwheat and quinoa. So lots of variety in the supermarket.
Yeah, and just to be careful when you are purchasing the pre-packaged versions, that they still are processed foods. So you do really need to take a look at what's on the nutritional panel, how much salt's in there, what are the additives. It's just to be aware of those types of things. The other family favourite is spaghetti bolognese. I know everybody in my family loves spaghetti bolognese. And perhaps we've got the mince over here, perhaps you could start by just taking half the mince and replacing it with lentils, and then you work up to removing the mince completely and just having a lentil bolognese.
And same even with your Mexican food, the chili con carne or your tacos, adding in and bulking it up with a lot more beans is a good idea too.
Yeah, that's right. And then finally, dairy. So there's so many options on the market now to have a non-dairy snack or dessert. So rather than having dairy yogurt, you could have coconut yogurt, or another alternative is chia. Chia is a great option to go for instead of a yogurt, especially for people who've got intolerances, and it's quite filling, chia as well, very high in fibre and a good omega-3 also, so win-win.
Yeah, there's a new option every week, I think, at the supermarket. Really. I saw a cashew yogurt. There's obviously your coconut, there's some almond ones, so soy too.
Yeah, absolutely.
Great, well, we have some really good take-home ideas that you can get started on straight away.
There really are so many benefits from adopting a plant-based approach to your diet. You're going to really maximise the amount of vitamins and minerals that you get into your diet. There's so much fibre. Fibre is so important for our health, for our gut health, for the way we feel. You're going to grab that from your plant-based options, and you actually are going to feel fantastic if you really adopt this approach.
Excellent.